Alright, it's a new season, new packs, new meta. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm quite enjoying it so far, something fresh. Alright, so why I created this deck is because when last season we were playing loads of Mega Altaria, right? Rightfully so. I mean, it was, I think, the strongest. It might be still the strongest, but yeah, it was the strongest Mega. So thinking about it before the packs came out and when the leaks were all out and stuff, I was just thinking, okay, you know, Mega MAWILE is gonna do strongly into Mega Altaria, right? Because 60 with weakness will be 80 damage for the first hit, and then following hit you deal 80 plus 90 and then 110. So you deal essentially, I think, 110, 190, which is the full. I mean, I think Mega Altaria has exactly 190 health, so that was the, you know, that was what's going through my mind. So I was thinking of ways to make Mega MAWILE good, and a friend had a suggestion to, you know, play with Aegislashh, and I think it's pretty nice. And with Aegislashh, I think, you know, what works nicely, which might look like cheese, is Chingling Aegislashh, but we have to remember that Chingling is really strong by itself, right? Even without the Aegislashh, because it's not about the damage, but more about the item locking. But if you have a Chingling that does 40 damage and item locks, I think that it becomes even scarier, right? And that's what we have in this deck. And then Mega MAWILE is our finisher, weirdly, but because Mega MAWILE does 60 damage, but by the time the end of your you know, my mid game, you should have one Aegislashh if all things go decent, right? Not even the best case scenario, but decent. And then you come in with Mega MAWILE and you start dealing 90 for 2, which is not bad, honestly. And 170 health is great. Okay, so the few things that I think I must point out with this deck: Lucky Ice Pop, Broken SF, right? It's so strong. That's why I play 2 here, especially for Mega MAWILE, where you kind of like 170 is a lot, it's big, but it's not a lot of health, right? And so your lucky ice pops win you a lot of games. So I can't tell you how many times, but a lot of times, right? There's won me games. Second thing to note is that, so these are my non-negotiables, so the Mega, the ice pop and Mars. I think Mars is a non-negotiable because you're playing double Chingling. That's your optimal strat, right? You and in a way you're kind of hoping or waiting for both of them to die before you come in with Mega MAWILE, most of the time at least. And what Mars does is that it drops their hand down to 1 or 2 or whatever, right? I mean 1 at the point if they kill 2 Chinglings at the optimal level. And that gives you a significant advantage for survival in a lot of cases. Obviously it's not the be all and all, right? But it helps a lot most of the time. So that's, you know, the strat on how to play this deck. Alright, let's get into some games. Let me just, oh, I think I need to leave the score. No. There we go. Yeah, that score is not for this this video at least. Alright, so we have like the most, I guess, optimal start we could ask for, which is double Chingling. So obviously the most optimal is to get to Aegislashh the next turn. But yeah, we'll see. Against a fighting type deck, it's not bad for us. Did we get that? No, we do. Okay, so nice. And we do get Mega MAWILE, so I think this is as perfect a start as you could ask for, really. Oh, by the way, what happened is that I recorded this without audio because I forgot to turn on my audio, or something went wrong. So I'm voice overing this, but I was actually talking while this play was going on. So anyway, we're in a good spot. Binary's down to down by 50 health, which is a lot. I think Lupani has 190, yeah, so 140 is a nice range for us. Yeah, and plus we still have double Chinglings, so we are in a very comfortable spot, I would say. Plus, I just realized Lupani is weak to Psychic, so we're gonna deal extra damage next turn. I think we deal, how much do we deal? We do 40 plus 6, yeah, 60 total damage, which is, you know, for no energy, pretty sick. Plus we have Mega MAWILE just, you know, waiting. So Honedge on the bench, basically just for, you know, for Sabrina protection right at this point. So now we're looking really good. A Cyrus would be great here because I would imagine they have to retreat the Lopunny at this point, at some point at least. There we go. Oh yeah, and they take us out because they do have their damage. They have Lucario as well. So now we are just gonna try to survive, and hopefully, well, we don't need what's that? We do. I mean, it would be nice to find Cyrus because we deal 90 damage right now. First attack, yeah. And the next one we do deal 120. So Cyrus would more or less guarantee a kill on even a healed Lopunny at this point. And plus, we still have a double lucky Ice Pops. That's very important to note. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really matter because Lopunny, they just flip 2 hits, we're still screwed either way, whether we had you know, full health or not. Here, I kind of, you know, I was kind of trying to clear my hand as much as possible to not give them copycat value. Okay, so here I start loading Aegislashh, yeah, because not that it really matters. It's just, you know, options. So we should be fine short of double hits at this point. No, okay. But we are in a weird spot where we are a bit confused. So okay, so we do 2 things we could have done. We draw the Steel Apron, and I mean, somehow our opponent knew that we drew the Steel Apron, but no, either way, actually we can just come in with Aegislashh, retreat, come in with Aegislashh, deal 100 damage, and it's GG. So I guess the opponent figured that out the last turn. Alright, so this, we generally don't want to start Mega MAWILE, generally at least, but in this case, maybe it was a good thing, maybe. So we're going against Makago, which straight up cheese, and the worst part is that it's bad for us. Okay, so I don't particularly like Mega MAWILE solo, meaning, you know, just Mega MAWILE 19 other cards, right? This is one of those reasons, I guess. But I think for me, the main reason is actually Oricorio. And I think, you know, not having an answer to Oricorio doesn't sound like a good deck to me, personally. I mean, you know, I mean, okay, to each his own, right? So if you guys are fine with that, you know, I think the 19 trainers is okay. It's not bad in that sense. But I do personally always feel that 19 trainers or 18 trainers are not the best deck to play. You know, a card, because I think that, you know, with having more options, I mean good options obviously, you kind of have a better hand, a better game overall. I might be wrong, right? But I personally feel that at least. Okay, so here I'm not sure if it was good or bad, right? Maybe it's good, you know, we get into we didn't get hit on a Mega MAWILE, which is, you know, at least we don't take that weakness damage, but we lost 2 points, which is kind of painful. Again, maybe one of those good reasons why it's good to have bench, right, at the end of the day. But yeah, so our opponent draws into a second Magmite, I think, and a Slugma, sorry, a second Slugma, which they, you know, alleviates our damage a bit. We wouldn't have died there, I think, if he did a full attack. Yeah, we would be down to 10 health though. And so I'm like, okay, here's one card. I'm going to take out this Makago. GG, right? There's no way he draws a second Makago at this stage of the game. It's I think 8 cards. He still has 10 cards in his deck, if I'm not wrong. I might have clicked it. But no. My opponent draws. I think that's everyone, man. That's all of us. That's how rank is, and we just lose. So as much as I think the deck is stupid, obviously when it gets good, you know, when you roll good, you know, nobody beats like any deck that rolls like optimally, I think, at least. But yeah. So if we lose to that. Okay, here we go against most likely Gardevoir. Gardevoir is pretty strong. Personally, I don't think I'll be playing it. I just personally think it's boring, but just me. If you guys enjoy it, please play it. I don't think it's a bad deck. I think it's a strong deck. To be clear, I think it's a very strong deck. I just don't fancy the style of play. Not my style. So, you know. Okay, here we go Mega MAWILE. Steel Apron generally for Mega MAWILE. My reason for Steel Apron is actually because Mega MAWILE, once you get into the active, you kind of want to survive as long as possible. So if you're going against like poison decks, we don't have the luxury of retreating as we usually do, right? You just want to retreat, clear the poison, blah blah blah. But you don't have that, you know, flexibility with this, right? So yeah. I think the poison cape is more for that longevity. So here, yeah, I'm kind of sacrificing this Honedge. So if they do have what do you call it? If they do have Gardevoir here, Honedge is gone. I kind of wanted to keep my Chingling. Yeah, I'm. Why did I keep my Chingling actually? Now thinking about it. Oh, okay. I didn't want. I don't know. I didn't want them to take out my Chingling and then. Yeah, actually no. Actually, I should have put Chingling in the last turn, right? Am I missing something? Yeah, I think I should have. Yeah. Also, I had a vibe that they didn't have Rare Candy at the point, but beside the point, I think. Yeah. maybe I should have put in Chingling. Let me just look at that one more time. Yeah, because I have the energy on the Mega MAWILE already from this turn, I can just retreat this, hit with the Chingling. I think I was kind of okay. I think I was a bit concerned of a Sabrina. If they Sabrina, I didn't want to take a risk in that sense. Because if they did have a Sabrina, I would have to put in Chingling. Okay. So like the scenario, I swapped in Chingling and they Sabrina me. I would have to put in another Honedge and then I'll be stuck for one turn. So I think I didn't want that to happen. Right now I know that I can just come out regardless with, you know, a full Mega MAWILE the next turn to take a fresh hit. So that's, I think, my reason. But yeah. Okay, so we are okay, we're back. Yeah, we're here. Okay, so lucky ice pop, we need to get to 170, which we will guarantee that with 2 ice pops. Losing it's not great, but you know, it's fine. I think it's of its purpose. We're now at full health. We are out of range of a Mewtwo, and we should take out Mewtwo the next turn. So we're out of range of Mewtwo killing us for some reason. I mean, he would have done it this turn at least, so it'll be the next turn. And okay, I think, and also Copycat, right? You want to keep your hand as low as possible and use your cards in a good manner, and I think that was good enough a manner to use it. Alright, so we won that 2-1. Okay, fire deck, not good for us at all. And we start Honedge, which you don't, yeah, you generally still want to just be in Chingling all the time. Honedge is not bad, at least it's not Mega MAWILE, I guess. Yeah, to me this is more NT deck than Charizard deck, I guess, because most of the time you lose the games because of NT being strong, which, you know, fair enough, good strat. Okay, so I put down both Honedge because I do want to have my Aegislashh on the bench, and so in other words, the active Honedge is more or less just bait, you know, material to tank and, you know, just go off after that. There's no way they take me out this Honedge out this turn, so I was confident. Okay, I'm wrong. Correction, because they could have taken me out here, so maybe I should have put it on a Mega MAWILE, to be fair. But in general, I think my playstyle that I've, you know, chosen over time playing this game I think I have like 8,000 wins at this point. I realized that it's better to, you know, be aggressive and regret your aggressiveness than to be passive and then regret your passiveness. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, I mean, obviously if things are black and white on the board, play that according to that, right? But if you're playing on hope, for example, now I don't know whether he has another Charmeleon in hand, right? I don't, right? I can't tell. Only he knows. So you just have to play to the aggressiveness where, okay, I mean, you have to keep in mind that he might have it, but if you do it, you know, what's your repercussions, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, so I generally, obviously be aggressive safely, but I think I'd rather be aggressive, you know, in most cases, at least, if it's a 50-50 kind of vibe. Yeah. Yeah, I realized that my Honedge is probably at risk, and if I do have a Chingling, I might as well just use Chingling as a tank at that point. This game isn't looking good for me, by the way, just to be clear. I don't think I'm in a good spot. They're 1 point on me, right? Mawile's weak to fire, so I don't feel comfortable right now. But the good thing is that their Charizard is, you know, doesn't have energy right now, but they haven't used a Flame Patch, so they can power up Charizard by their next turn if they have a double Flame Patch, which would suck. But you know, it's not much I think I can do at this point. Obviously I could put in, you know, a Honedge or whatever to tank, but you know, I don't think that's, yeah, it's not good enough if anything. So I think now, because my risk is a double Flame Patch, I do think I actually use Mars here. Normally I would like to be a bit more, you know, I mean, I think it's a good enough time to use your Mars to take out 4 cards. That means they need double Flame Patch in hand right now to like end the game at least. Doesn't put us in a good spot again, to be fair, but it buys us some time to build up the Aegislashh on our bench. In 1 Flame Patch, that's already not good. Yeah, that's pretty much GG for us, I think. Let's see, how much damage do I deal? Okay, so we get double Aegislashh. How much damage do we deal? I think it was not enough, if I'm not wrong. 180. So 180, it means that if he heals with it in DD, he goes to 60, he takes us out, he wins the game. So I had no choice here. I don't really want to give up, you know, my attacking power on Mega MAWILE, but I don't think I have a choice. So I deal 70 damage here with Chingling, right? And I think I deal 120 nicks. So that gives me, does that give me a bit more hope? Let's see. So he goes down to 120. Oh yeah, and I do take it out. I do take a Mega Charizard out short of a Lily. So that would be GG. Oh, okay, so he has Cape. So now he still has hope of drawing to a Lily here. 140, we deal 120. Cyrus is... Oh no, we win with Cyrus here. Yeah, we need 1 more point. And that's GG, so we don't even need to risk it. Let's go. If not, we still had a high chance of drawing the game, but winning is obviously better, so... Cyrus for the win. Cyrus is broken. So broken. Alright, on to our last game. So we're 3-1. Yeah, pretty strong deck. Honestly, I actually did a lot of variations of this. I tested it quite a bit. I would say I created the deck, just FYI. I had a Pichu for the first half of my testing, and Pichu was nice because that means if, like this example, Auricorios, I have Aegislashh that attacks by, you know, turn 2 kind of thing, you know, as fast as possible, if you know what I mean. Also, it gives me the option to rotate my bench around smoothly, meaning that in this turn, if I started with Honedge, for example, and I had Pichu and MAWILE, I could just swap it out for free. I mean, use the energy on the Honedge to retreat and then use Pichu to pump onto Mega MAWILE, and I can attack the next turn. In this game, I don't really need that per se. So, yeah, and right now, the Oricorio is at threat because they have 1 energy, so I have to prepare my Honedge to try to win the game. I'm not sure if I want this, honestly. But yeah, that's the best choice I could ask for. But I'm not going to be able to attack the next turn, which puts us in a very dicey situation, because obviously if Mega Altaria comes in, that would suck. We just die. But this is the best that we can do with what we have. So if they don't have Mega Altaria here, either way I'll probably be mastering this turn. I think at least, I mean, that's the only card I can play, and plus pulling them down to a fewer cards than what they have would definitely help us. So that sucks. That slows us down by so much. But silver lining, if anything, is that it keeps our Aegislashh on full health, which we do need to take out 2 Auris. I thought, you know, I'm just gonna leave MAWILE to tank, and then we might just, you know, lucky ice pop it. The bad thing for us is they have Rocky Helmet, so whatever happens, full health Aegislashh is gonna go down to you know, a Mega Altaria if they do have a full bench. Yeah, at this point I haven't found mass value, so that's why I have not used it. I was hoping to give me the, I mean, but it doesn't make sense. I was hoping to give me the other Oricorio, but obviously, yeah, like, it doesn't make sense, because then I can Cyrus this Pichu out when the time comes. So okay, opponent goes into Baby Altaria, which I found super weird. Reason being is I can just Cyrus out, yeah, I can just Cyrus out the Pichu and win the game. So I just need to survive somehow. Mega Altaria next set. So I think if I do need Lucky Ice Pop, or I do need Steel Apron. These are the 2 things I really need. Yeah, that's all. Nothing else saves me in this case. So oh no, wait, I didn't see it. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize I had the double energy. So yeah, I just needed to Cyrus. Yeah. GG. So awesome deck. Yeah, I did actually play this with double Cyrus at one point. Figured that Lucky Ice Pop is really necessary if you want to enjoy playing Mega MAWILE and you know, surviving cheese. I mean, creating cheese to survive. It's fun, it's good. Yeah, overall I would say B tier deck, right? Not you know, the best, but solid into most matchups at least. I would say, yeah, more than a 50%. Well, today we got more than 50% win rate, but at least around a 50% win rate at worst for this deck. Alright, hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a like, and I mean, if you are still here at this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and you know, comment down something if you want. If I played, you know, misplayed, please just tell me. If I play good, I don't know, I don't think we need to praise me that way, but you know what I mean. Alright, have fun, thanks for watching, bye bye.